In this video I'm going to talk about shapes and hand shapes mainly. Okay, so when you're going through the form, you don't really ever want to be in a position where your hand is tucked too low down or too far back. It's going to be really uncomfortable, and it's not great for when you're actually looking to apply any of this to pushing hands, because you just get caught in a wrist lock straight away. If you're pushing someone, they can just clamp down on your hand and push you down to the floor very easily. Okay, so throughout the form and throughout your pushing hands, you're mostly going to find yourselves in open hand stance. So your hands will be fingertips pointing forwards, fingers spread slightly apart. So from the side, you can see my hands are not up, they're not down. When you're actually putting pressure in to push someone, you're going to want to use your fingertips, not your palm. So if you put your palm on someone, they can easily just shift their body and that palm will slide around. If you use your fingertips, then you can control the pressure better. So you can practice this against the wall. Just open your fingertips out and just set yourself up near to a wall and just gently push yourself into the wall, push away from the wall, and try and put as much pressure as you can into that, keeping your fingers straight the whole time. Okay? So I'm not bending my fingers in, I'm not creating a claw on top of the walls, I'm just fingers as straight as they are, a little bit of an arch in them just to keep the pressure aiming directly back up the arm. Trying to keep an even pressure across all of my fingers on both hands. Okay, so as I push in, I don't want to be in a position where one finger is buckling. I need to try and keep the pressure the same across all of them. So even as I move around, that pressure stays distributed across all of my fingers on both hands. Okay, this is a very good exercise for keeping your finger strength up and improving that structure there. Okay, and as for the form, so when you're going through the form, show it from the side. So when you come into brush knee push, the fingers are going to be pointing forwards. You're not going to be palm up. When you're doing the form, you don't end like that, because that's really bad posture. It's really bad for your wrists. It's going to be uncomfortable, and like I say, someone just push. If you're actually pushing on someone, you can trap your hand and just push you down to the floor, and there's not much you can do about it. Okay? So fingers there. If you've got open fingers and someone tries to clamp down on it, you can rotate your hand, drop out, or you can move the whole lot around, change the pressure. There's a lot more you can do with it. With a lot of Tai Chi, it's about creating gaps and spaces to move around within and not getting trapped. So you also see throughout the form, you never like this. You never have your arms completely closed, which is nice and open, sort of like you've got a ball underneath your arms and everything there. You've got nice bows there. So again, with the hand shapes, my hand's not bent in, so I'm creating this nice bow across the back there. Okay. Or if I'm blocking downwards, then the bow runs that way. Okay? So all through the form, when you come in there, when you come back here, so you see my lower hand, I've got a nice bow running across there, a nice bow on my top hand here. Okay? And through all of it, you've got that. The only slight difference would be when you're doing single whip. But here, you see a lot of people doing this. Like not very useful. In most places you actually just be gently catching the hand. This is going to alert them to, you're trying to do something like twist their arm, you just want to gently hold on to it. So in the form, you just gently hold on. Notice my hands are not pushed down like that. There may be a gentle drop to it, but not a lot. Okay, so there, and as that comes across, you see this hand up here again. As I come across from this side, you see this hand is mostly pointing forward, fingers pointing forward. I'm not palm flat against there. Okay? And you're going to find that through all of the form, and it's going to be very useful in pushing hands, so you don't end up getting accidentally trapped. It just gives you a lot more options when it comes to feeling where the other person's moving as well, because instead of one point of contact, you've got 5 points of contact. So if they move slightly off to one side, you can feel that much better than if you've got the palm against them.